Hi everyone, this is me again. Today, this is my second video, but right now I'm gonna show off some of my favorite movies. My movies that I like to collect. Now, what I'm gonna start with is I'm gonna start by showing you some of my seasons of old TV shows I collect. These are my Ren and Stimpy's here that I collected. Actually, a buddy gave me these, but he gave me these a while back. These are all 5 seasons to Ren and Stimpy. All 5 seasons, but yeah, they weren't exactly the easiest to get. I actually had to trade off some of my DVDs just to be able to get them. And let's see, I've got Beavis and Butthead. I got, as you can see here, this is like the first season of Beavis and Butthead right here. But yeah, and this is the second season. Well, actually, it's considered Volume 1, but I consider it the seasons. Then 3, and then this is just the newest one. I got this one just maybe earlier this year, but I got Season 4 because they just put it back on TV, and I just got that one, so I was pretty excited when I found out that they were putting it back on TV again. And anyway, let's see. I got Jackass Volume 1 right here. Jackass, as you can see, one of my favorite shows right there. Volume 2 is probably, I don't know, I got the movies. The third one was probably like the best one out of all the movies, really, except for, I don't know, some of the stunts are just plain out ridiculous sometimes, but man, they just make me laugh, bust a gut every time I watch them. So let's see, I got all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Now, these weren't easy to get either. These weren't quite easy to get, but I managed to get them after a while because I found them. And let's see, I got the Chucky movies right here. Now, these were kind of so I actually had to order the first one because the box set right here didn't come with the first one. No. So I had to actually get the first one separately. So, and then let's see, I got Leprechauns here. All the Leprechaun movies. It came with all the Leprechauns just on a separate single, 3 of them on a single disc set. But yeah, they're really good movies. And then this one, it came with Candyman and Pumpkinhead. Now these I actually got from a friend maybe a couple months ago, but really good movies too. I got these from a friend a couple months ago. And then probably the hardest one that took me forever to find was probably this one, Broken Arrow. Now this is probably one of the best John Travolta movies I'd ever watched in my life. One of the best ones ever, Broken Arrow. So say if you ever find it anywhere, buy it because it's an excellent movie to watch. Let's see. Okay, now these ones were kind of a tough one to find, but I got the first and second season to Rocko's Modern Life here. You know, these were kind of tough to find, but they weren't too bad. I actually got the first season from a friend, then the second season I had to order. So yeah, it wasn't too hard to get really. And then let's see, just recently, oh yeah, then I got Cat Dog here. I had to order this one because I gave it to a friend a while back, so I had to reorder that one. It's a good show too. Matter of fact, yeah, I grew up watching Cat Dog, and let's see what else I got here. And this I just got recently, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1, Volume 1. It's a 3-disc set, but it comes with like maybe the first half of the first season of Power Rangers, but it's pretty decent if you ask me. And then let's see, I got, now these are probably one of my favorite ones here, but I got the Saws. Now these are really decent actually. Now they're kind of gory, but they're not too bad if you ask me. And only 7 of them. So yeah, not too bad. As you can see, I'm a big horror fanatic, but mostly if you ever catch me watching a movie, it'll mostly be like a comedy and cartoons most of the time. So yeah, some of these movies, but the final one wasn't too bad, but final one, actually, in my opinion, was probably the best one. And and then one of my all-time favorite ones right here. My all-time favorite one right here would be Silence of the Lambs. Not a bad one. Anthony Hopkins' best movie, which won him an Academy Award for Best Actor. Was a good one. It came out with many sequels, but the sequels weren't as good as the Silence of the Lambs was. And then, of course, I got too many seasons of Will and Grace, so I ain't even gonna go that far with showing you that. But I got the seasons to Will and Grace, and let me see if I can get up here for a second. Show you some of these movies here, but I got Blade. Actually, yep, I got the Blade movies right here. First one, second one, and then the third one here. Man, these were like one of my favorite movies. These were like the first time I ever watched rated R movies. Like the first rated R movies I ever got to watch with my mother's permission. But it got to a point, just because that's all I did. It was always so picky on those kind of movies. But yeah, and then I got the old Star Wars movie. Yep, special edition. Took me forever to get these ones. So say they were, and let me tell you, they were expensive too. Very expensive. They're very hard to find nowadays. They only come out like maybe, they put them back in the vault like, gosh, maybe about a few weeks after they've been released, maybe about a month or two after they've been released, and then they release them every few years, back out every few years, and then, put them back in the vault again. And then let's see, I got Resident Evil. Now these are good ones here. I like this one, and then I like the Apocalypse one. It's a very decent one if you ask me. Now, I don't know. This one is pretty good, but just probably not as best as the others. And Afterlife, I sat through the whole thing, but man, I just couldn't understand it. But I still want to see Resident Evil Retribution though, because man, it just looks so good. And then let's see, I definitely go for Lord of the Rings a lot. I definitely go for Lord of the Rings because these ones are pretty good. I actually spent these were hard to get also, just like Star Wars. Very hard to get. It actually took me a while. I think I had to work just to be able to get these ones. And then my Star Wars too. And then, this one too. This is actually a very decent movie if you're a huge fan of the video game. But yeah, this is a very decent one right here. Doom, of course. Based on the video game of the old game, just like Resident Evil, based on the video game. And then let's see. And now these ones are probably one of my all-time favorite ones because these are classic ones. But if you like Sylvester Stallone from Rocky, I got First Blood, which is the first Rambo movie ever made. And then the second Rambo here. And then of course this one, Rambo 3. Now this one was probably my all-time favorite one, but it was the final Rambo movie that was ever made. This is probably my most favorite one because it had the most intense violence to it and war, battle and whatnot to it, but it was really good too. You know. And then I got the Terminator, which was a big box office success and hit. And then Terminator 2, which was another box office hit and success. Another good one. But Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, it was decent, but it just wasn't that big of a hit compared to the first or second one, but you know, it still had Schwarzenegger, and it was one of his last films before he went into office as governor, but you know, it was pretty decent actually. And then I got Terminator Salvation. Wasn't exactly the best one, but then again, it was actually, you know, pretty decent actually, just showing John Connor battling after the machines have risen. So it was pretty decent if you ask me. And then these ones are kind of not that popular, but these ones here, not that popular, but then again, they're pretty good too in a way. And then this is the second one here of Hatchet, but yeah, not too bad of movies really if you ask me. They're not that bad, they're just not my favorite kind of movies. And then I got all the Friday the 13th, but I don't really feel like grabbing all those because I got too many of those. And then I got Real Monsters here. First season, there's like 3 of them. 3 or 4 seasons, but I just haven't gotten all of them yet. But these are like good shows too from back in the day when I was a kid. And then this one here is like one of my all-time favorite ones right here, True Romance. Now this one is not so much of a classic movie, but it is a decent film. And then let's see. Then these are Carnosaurs. Now, these are dinosaur movies about killer dinosaurs, but these weren't as popular. They were not big box office successes compared to Jurassic Park. First one. Now, that one played in theaters, and so did the second one here. First and second one both played in theaters. And the last one, and then number 3, that one did not make it to the theaters because the first and second one were not box office successes, and just too many negative reviews about them, so they didn't make it to the box office that good. So that one didn't hit theaters. And then let's see, I got Will and Grace. Well, I'd show you all my movies, but man, I got way too many movies here to show off. Oh, wait a second. I did forget my favorite ones here. Now, the American Pie movies I have, but even though they came out with like 8 of those, but I only got 4 of them because the last 3, the newer 3, weren't exactly the greatest, but I got the first one here. Now, this one used to be my favorite movie for a long time. So this was like maybe, gosh, my first American Pie movie. This was one of my all-time favorite movies right here, was the first one. Second one was really good too. I'll tell you, just, you know, a lot of those college parties and whatnot, high school stuff, yeah, this was decent. And then American Wedding, which, yeah, this is the sequel to that one, but wasn't exactly, I thought it was pretty decent, but no, wasn't exactly great compared to maybe the rest of them. And then, and then American Reunion, of course. Now this one was very, very good. I'd recommend it to anybody who's a fan of American Pie. I'd recommend it to them, to anybody. I would. Well, I'd show you the rest of my movies, but I got way too many to show off. So, bye for now.